Welcome back to part 2 of Hospital Pharmacoepidemiology. Main elements of infection control program. The success of an infection control program depends on strong surveillance, well-defined policies, and ongoing education. Developing policies with clinicians. Policies developed in collaboration with clinicians are more practical, acceptable, and effective in real clinical settings. Continuing education programs. Continuous education ensures that hospital personnel remain updated on best practices in infection prevention. Use of scientific methods. Scientific and epidemiological methods are essential for studying problems, testing hypotheses, and improving infection control strategies. Additional elements of an effective program. Beyond core components, effective infection control programs include antibiotic stewardship, laboratory coordination, occupational health integration, and support for quality improvement initiatives. Antibiotic monitoring and control. Monitoring antibiotic use helps ensure rational prescribing, reduces resistance, and improves patient safety through structured audits and feedback. Microbiology laboratory liaison. A strong connection with the microbiology laboratory allows early detection of infections and supports timely, evidence-based clinical decisions. Antibiotic susceptibility data sharing. Sharing antibiotic susceptibility data guides clinicians in choosing effective therapies and helps update institutional antibiotic policies. Role of occupational health. Occupational health services play a vital role in protecting healthcare workers through vaccination programs and management of occupational exposures. Support for quality improvement studies. Infection control teams support quality improvement by assisting other departments with study design, data analysis, and evidence-based decision-making. Infection Control Committee purpose. The Infection Control Committee serves as an advisory and decision-making body that guides hospital-wide infection prevention strategies. Advisory role of the committee. In its advisory role, the committee reviews infection control strategies and surveillance data to recommend improvements. Committee as an expert resource. The committee acts as an expert resource, helping staff understand hospital systems and apply infection control policies effectively. Decision-making role. The committee has authority to approve infection control policies, which then become mandatory across the hospital. Educational role of the committee. Education is a key function of the committee, ensuring infection prevention knowledge reaches all healthcare workers. Patient-related risk factors for surgical wound infection. Now let us discuss the patient-related factors that increase the risk of surgical wound infections. Age plays an important role because elderly patients usually have reduced immunity and delayed wound healing. Obesity is another major risk factor, as excess fatty tissue has poor blood supply, making it difficult for oxygen and antibiotics to reach the surgical site. Poor nutritional status, especially low serum albumin levels, impairs tissue repair and immune response, thereby increasing susceptibility to infection. Diabetes mellitus significantly increases infection risk due to poor glycemic control, impaired circulation, and reduced white blood cell function. Lastly, patients receiving steroids or other immunosuppressive drugs have a weakened immune system, which reduces the body's ability to fight infection after surgery. Procedure and hospital-related risk factors. Next, we look at procedure-related and hospital-related risk factors. A prolonged preoperative hospital stay increases exposure to hospital-acquired pathogens, increasing the chance of infection. If a patient already has an infection at another site in the body, microorganisms can spread to the surgical wound. Long-duration surgeries raise infection risk due to increased tissue exposure and handling, while emergency surgeries often lack adequate preoperative preparation and sterilization time. The use of drains, implants, or other foreign materials provides a surface for bacterial attachment and biofilm formation. Finally, the skill, experience, and technique of the surgeon play a crucial role, as gentle tissue handling and proper aseptic practices significantly reduce infection rates. Strategies to develop effective patient care practices / To develop effective patient care practices, teamwork is essential. Collaboration between doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and infection control staff ensures consistent and safe care. Continuous staff education keeps healthcare workers updated on infection prevention guidelines. Clear and timely communication reduces errors and improves compliance with protocols. Identifying problems in pre- and post-operative care. Several infection risks arise due to faulty practices in pre- and post-operative care. Shaving the skin the night before surgery causes microcuts that promote bacterial growth. Incorrect timing or duration of perioperative antibiotics reduces their preventive effect. Reusing instruments submerged in disinfectant and poorly maintained antiseptic containers further increases contamination risk. Recommended infection control measures. To prevent infections, skin shaving should be avoided or done immediately before surgery if required. Antibiotic prophylaxis should follow single-dose, evidence-based guidelines. Using individually packed sterile instruments minimizes cross-contamination. Small antiseptic containers should be cleaned, dried, and refilled regularly. Institutional support for infection control. Strong institutional support is critical for infection control success. Infection control must function as a recognized department with clear authority, trained personnel, and adequate resources. Proper organizational placement allows effective implementation of policies across the hospital. Infection Control Committee. The Infection Control Committee plays a central role in policy development and implementation. It should include representatives from multiple disciplines with strong medical staff support. Regular participation and annual planning help ensure continuous improvement in infection prevention practices. Infection Control Program Key Functions. The Infection Control Program performs multiple essential functions within a healthcare setting. It ensures continuous quality assessment and provides accurate, timely information to clinicians. The program serves as an educational resource for staff and maintains surveillance data to detect trends and outbreaks. It oversees proper asepsis, sterilization, and disinfection practices, minimizes risks associated with invasive procedures and devices, enforces isolation protocols, and safeguards the occupational health of healthcare workers. Thank you for your attention. Infection control is a shared responsibility that plays a vital role in improving patient safety, protecting healthcare workers, and enhancing overall healthcare quality. I welcome any questions or discussions. Keep loving, keep supporting. Subscribe the channel for more updates.